Hey there, this is Mr. Wilfert, and this is Chapter 4, Section 6. I want to just go over this a little bit here with you. More triangle congruence. This time we're talking about CPCTC. Say that real fast. CPCTC is, of course, an abbreviation for the phrase corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. So let's think about that or read that again. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. So what this is saying now is we have two congruent triangles. We've been talking about what makes triangles congruent, and now we're saying that the corresponding parts are congruent as well. So we're kind of working in reverse. Instead of talking about the parts being congruent to make the whole triangle congruent, we're talking about the whole triangle is congruent with another triangle. Then we can look at the parts and their correspondence as well. And here's kind of a nice little example to show you that. So you're designing a bridge across a canyon, and you want to find the distance from A to B. So how far do you have to build the bridge? So what you do here is you can make a congruent triangle. So I have this triangle here, ABC, and then I have this triangle over here, which is EDC, and we can talk about those two triangles being congruent. Part of the reasons those are congruent, if you look at some of the similarities here, we have a 500 foot length here, C to B. We can measure out this 500 feet from D to C. Let's see. Then we have a couple of right angles here, so we can easily measure that while we're on top of the canyon there. And then we can also take a look at these angles in here, angle DCE and angle BCA. Those are vertical angles, and so those are congruent angles. And so therefore we know that these two triangles are congruent. So the question here is if DE is 600 feet, so if we can measure this out right here, DE, which again, being on top of the canyon, we certainly could do, we could conclude then that this length AB is also 600 feet. And so that's one application there of looking at the CPCTC. A couple other examples here to look at, we have our proving corresponding parts congruent, and you can read over that proof there. And really the next page, a couple of examples yet again, using the CPCTC in a proof, and also kind of an algebra problem here where we're using the distance formula with some points on the graph here. Again, talking about the CPCTC thing that we just talked about. All right. Well, again, read through the examples, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.